Seeing glasses off, video glasses on. I'll just edit that out, they'll never know. So hey, how's your 2018 going? Better than last year? Hope so. This isn't the first video I wanted to make this year, but it's decidedly become the first video I kinda need to make. It's half inspired by my friend Karen Cavitt's video, which I'll link to below, and half inspired by the complete toilet that has been the YouTube news cycle for the past 3 weeks. So much like Karen, within the next week or so will be my 10-year YouTube anniversary. 10 years since I uploaded my first vlog, that's how I tend to count it, because that's when I sort of joined the community and everything in my life kinda changed. But as I've been getting closer and closer to that date, I've been trying to take stock of what that anniversary really means to me. Obviously, once again, I haven't been as active as I'd like to be, but I still take a lot of pride and emotional investment in my involvement with this platform, because it's had a massive hand in how much my career and my social life and my relationships have changed in the past decade. But now when I think on how much my whole life has been shaped around being a YouTuber, I feel a wee bit sick. And it's just something about the word YouTuber that to me has started to feel a little bit tainted. Before I go any further, I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, oh Liam, it's just a label, you're putting too much meaning into things, words only have as much power as we give them. First thing, I'm a writer by trade, so it's kind of my job to give power to every word. Second thing, I live on Earth, where we have culture and communication, both of which require us to provide meaning to words. So with that in mind, I've been trying to figure out recently what it is about being called a YouTuber that just rubs me up the wrong way. Because obviously there are a lot of other titles we could use. I and many others prefer to call ourselves creators, it's a bit more open-ended. Others would prefer to label themselves as influencers, and I would prefer to throw myself off the Fourth Road Bridge. But regardless, YouTuber has stuck, and here's the weird thing. No other big community of any other social platform really has an equivalent. Like, they're not Twitchers, they're called streamers. They're not Facebookers, they're called just people. They're not Twitterers, they're called Nazis usually. But we, the greater creator community of this site, have pretty much always since time immemorial referred to ourselves as YouTubers. And that, my friends, my old, good, beautiful friends, was a fucking mistake. Because obviously, what the other communities have in common is they haven't tied themselves down to the brand. A brand which could eventually turn on them and have less and less of their best interests at heart. Because for a lot of people, their whole career aspirations, and in some cases life, are at the mercy of the next big decision of a Fortune 500 company. Decisions that we have absolutely no standing in, but will still turn around to people and say that we work here. If you're a YouTuber, you're essentially a freelancer working with one client on a 0 hours contract that reads, oh, money? Maybe. Take the latest news about the YouTube Partner Program. For those not to know, YouTube announced this week that they're changing the eligibility for the Partner Program. So only channels with above 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the past year will be qualified. Anyone below this threshold will no longer be eligible for partnership, and if they are currently a partner, won't be. This has obviously rustled many jimmies, even though it's not actually as bad as it sounds. Yes, people will lose their partner status, and that is shitty. But these goals aren't super hard to reach, although they do sort of favour the kind of people that put out like daily long-form videos. There's a lot more to unpack on this, but it's only sort of half of what I'm trying to say here, so I will direct you to the London Small YouTubers Network, who wrote an amazing piece on what the changes actually mean, linked below. But to many small creators, it does still feel like a door being slammed in their face, or the goalpost being shifted when they were so close to achieving some sort of recognition or validation on this site. It's indicative of a constant problem with our relationship with this brand. That many of us are doing all this work and still keeping people on the site and getting nothing back for it, but when it comes to making these big business decisions that actually affect livelihoods, we never have a seat at the table. And the creators that do, as it turns out, are on a completely different playing field. Which brings me at last to the curious case of Logan fucking Paul. You have been inundated with 3 weeks worth of hot takes from every ham and egger online, so I will only touch on one development. Logan's punishment. YouTube finally came out after like a week and said that they were taking the following reprimanding actions. 1. A strike on Logan's channel. After the disgrace his whole brand has gone through the past couple of weeks, I doubt he'll ever do anything to earn the other 2 strikes that would get his channel deleted, so let's say that's nothing. 2. His YouTube Red projects are on hold, I believe. So anything he's cast in or working on with YouTube Red, that's on hold. And 3. He's been removed from Google Preferred, which is an alternative ad revenue network that is saved for the top 5% of creators and ensures that they're getting better deals from bigger advertisers. So that's a nothing strike, no YouTube Red projects, and no preferred advertising. So to clarify, to make it abundantly clear that the punishment for Logan Paul mocking a suicide victim in Japan, posting it online to millions of children who watch his content, the punishment for that was to make him just like the rest of us. Don't you feel so fucking validated by this internet website? When I think of the word YouTuber now, I think of guys like Logan. When most of the world reads articles on YouTubers now, it's usually about guys like Logan. People who push the boundaries of the cult of personality, no matter how shitty they need to be, and will get the lightest of punishments because ultimately, they're just working by the playbook. But that's not the community I've been so proud to be a part of for the past decade. That's not the content I enjoy. That's not my friends. That's not the amazing audience I still have. And of course, that's not me. So what does all this mean? Does it mean that after years of a sloppy upload schedule, I'm finally going to throw in the towel and stop posting videos to YouTube.com? No, because like it or not, this is my foundation. This is where everything started. It's what everything I make orbits around. This is where it all began, and it's where it continues to be. But for the first time, I'm ready to start feeling passionate about other things. I've spent the first couple of weeks of 2018 on Twitch. I've been streaming Nintendo games, I have about 100 followers, and it feels really good to be starting from the beginning again. A few months ago, I quit my job to start writing freelance. I should really be working harder at that. I've completely relaunched my Patreon so I can start rebuilding my community, and I also have a Discord which I don't really know a lot about yet, but you can join it if you want. And I have about half a dozen podcast ideas that I cannot wait to bore you with in the coming months. Because of all this stuff, I don't really know how regular my video uploading schedule will be, but for the first time in 10 years, that doesn't feel like a problem. I'm a creator, and for once that doesn't just feel like a synonym for YouTuber. I hope this video resonates with some people, and it's fine if not. I just wanted to get it off my chest. It's kind of a train of thought that's led me towards a better decision for my overall well-being. Feel free to share your thoughts below. Of course, I'll read them all, and if you feel inspired to do something similar, then great. I will see you in the world of content. Until then, be good, I love you, and I'll see you next time.